Hello friends, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Sandeep Walia, Head of the Department, University Institute of Tourism and Hospitality Management, Chandigarh University. Today, we are going to discuss about the module Tourism Products Regional of Western India under the paper Tourism Products of India. After completing this module, the students will be able to know about the regional tourism products. The students will also be able to know about the categories of tourism products. The students will be able to know about man-made tourism products. They will also be able to know about event-based tourism products. Dear students, under its ambit, tourism and leisure sectors embrace numerous other services. It is business that is characterized by the power of networking and is termed as a service industry. Yet there exist contrasting aspects like inseparability, absence of ownership, heterogeneity, intangibility, and perishability. This module discusses about the regional tourism products of India. In doing so, the conventional classification of tourism products have been used to describe the tourism products categorically. At this point, it is important to understand the types of tourism product. Let us discuss about the types of tourism products. There are nature-based tourism products. There are man-made tourism products. The next category is the symbiotic tourism products. Then there are event-based tourism products. Let us discuss about the nature-based tourism products first. Tourism product, beaches of India. Agonda. This village in Goa is home to namesake beach, which is considered synonymous to sunbathing, relaxing and swimming. The beach area is one of the 4 designated for turtle nesting. The next one is Arambol, located in the most northern site on the map of Goa. Arambol is referred to as fisherman's village. This is among the most frequented beaches in Goa that suits most budget conscious tourists. Tourists prefer to take long stroll along the strip of beach that connects nearby beaches with plenty of opportunities to shop and dine. The third one is the Candolam Beach. Candolam Beach is known for scrub-covered dunes and calmer waters. To maintain scenic appeals of the beach, the rich crowded commercial areas are located along the main road that retains the beach area more peaceful and reserved for water activities. The next one is Parambur Beach. The beach is located in Mangalore, Karnataka and is often termed as the safest and among well-maintained beaches in the country. Well connected with the public transport, the beach lies next to the New Mangalore seaport. The place is also known for occasional events, one such being Kite Festival held occasionally along the beach front. Let us now discuss about tourism products, islands of India. Great Nicobar Island. Great Nicobar Islands represent the largest islands among Nicobar Islands. Home to the Great Nicobar Biosphere Reserve, the island also has a number of rivers. The island was greatly affected by the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami that created havoc in the island and resulted in multiple casualties. The indigenous tribesmen of the islands are referred to the Shompen people, which are locally known as Kalai or Kilit, depending on their geographical distribution. Being home to a biosphere reserves indicate at the presence of endemic flora and flora in the island. Another important facts relate to the strategic aspect of the island, as it has the southernmost command of Indian Air Force and Indira Point signifies the southernmost point of the country. Havelock Island. The island got name from a British journal during British Raj in India. The island is among fewer locations that the government of this union territory allows and has developed as tourism destination. Several beaches make Havelock Island a regular place in the itinerary of Andaman. The destination promotes itself with lush forest along sandy beaches and signature coral reefs experience. The next one is the Majoli Island. Unlike usual islands that are surrounded by seawater, Majoli Island is considered unique due to the fact that it lies in the river Brahmaputra in the Indian state of Assam. Traditional agricultural practices, scents, artificial fertilizers, and fishing are considered unique to the island. The next one is the Kavai Island. Originally known as Kavilpattanam, the island has a rich historical importance. It also finds mention in the travel documents of Ibn Battuta and Marco Polo. The island is located in Kerala backwaters and is among the biggest wetlands in the state. Let us now discuss about tourism product lakes of India. The first one is the Vular Lake, located in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Vular Lake is counted among the largest freshwater lakes in Asia. The lake has rich fish habitat and also sustains an opulent population of birds. It has also recognized among the vital wetlands in the country. From tourism perspective, the lake offers boating in the picturesque landscape, and also water skiing has been initiated in past few years. The next one is the Loktak Lake. The lake is located in the northeastern state of Manipur and is a freshwater lake as well. Another noteworthy aspect of the lake is the Kebul Lamjor National Park, which is an integral part of the lake and is considered to be the only floating national park in the world. The lake accommodates a large vegetation and soil matter floating over it, which itself is a salient feature of this lake and makes it a unique lake attraction in the state. The next one is the Damdama Lake. This large water body is situated in Haryana and is considered to be a weekend gateway for the tourists from nearby Delhi, Noida and Faridabad. This lake is also known for a number of leisure activities offered to the tourists, including bungee jumping and trekking. Then there is Chilika Lake. It is the largest coastal lake in India, which is situated in the state of Orissa. This saltwater lake is renowned for multiplicity that is reflects in the norm of the diverse flora and fauna. It is a preferred destination for bird watchers and an ideal site to witness dolphins and other fauna. The state government realizes the tourism potential that the lake possesses and has also emphasized on the ecotourism activities in Chilka Lake. Let us now discuss about tourism product, forest-based tourism products. Bhitarkanika mangroves. Bhitarkanika mangroves are located in Orissa and till 1952 these were zamindari forests and placed in the hands of the State Forest Department. The mangroves shelter 55 India's well-known mangrove species. It is also the home to one of the country's highest population of saltwater crocodile. An important nesting place of olive Ridley sea turtles is the Gahirmatha beach that lies between the mangroves and the Bay of Bengal. Then there is Nalamala Hills. These hilly areas are the part of the Eastern Ghats extending over several districts of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, namely Kurnool, Nellore, Guntur, Prakasam, Karapada, Chittoor, Mahabhoganagar and Nalgonda. The hill ranges are characterized by warmer climatic conditions throughout the year and are nearly entirely shielded by open forest area. The next one is Vandalore Reserve. The reserve is a protected region located in Bandalore that lies in the southwest region of Chennai in Tamil Nadu, bordered with the Grand Southern Trunk Road in the west and Sudhadhana Bharati Street on the north and east. The reserve forest is also encloses Arignar Anna Zoological Park, which is the biggest zoological park in Indian subcontinent. The next one is the Nanda Devi. Being the second highest mountain in the country, Nanda Devi located entirely within the peripheries of India. Due to the religious significance and delicate ecosystem, the climbing to the mountain and nearby peaks was prohibited from 1983, and in 1988 the surroundings of mountain park was declared as the UNESCO World Heritage Site. Kanchenjunga. Located partly in Nepal and Sikkim, Kanchenjunga is world's third highest mountain, and for India it is the highest peak. It also holds religious significance and is worshipped by natives of Darjeeling and Sikkim. The name of the mountain is derived from Tibetan words, which in Sikkim is interpreted as the 5 treasuries of great snow. The next one is Ooty. This bustling hill station is the splendid mountain ranges of Nilgiri, was established by the British rulers as the summer capital of Madras, modern day Chennai in Tamil Nadu state of India. The deeper corners away from the much crowded town centers highlight delicate and picturesque offerings of the place. which include the well-maintained parks, gardens with beautiful temples and points to experience delightful sunsets. Along with these, the place offers British-era residences with verdant surroundings dotted with pines and moss trees. Let us now discuss about the man-made tourism products. Tourism product, cultural and traditional tourism products. The first one is the Sun Temple Konark. It is a magnificent and large temple dedicated to the deity Sun and is located in Odisha. The temple is an architectural marvel and was excavated in the 19th century. This site exemplifies a perfect amalgamation of architecture and imagination that leaves the visitors spellbound. The precision in the way the temple is crafted, coupled with the executive chariots and elaborate designs and engravings, offer feast to the eyes of the beholders. The next one is the Sanchi Stupa, a landmark in the history of India and a must-visit attraction for the historians and scholars of Buddhism. Sanchi Stupa represents a well-preserved site by the Archaeological Survey of India, so much so it has been included among the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The structure exhibits the Buddhist architecture and portrays the incidents in the life the Enlightened One. The next is the Khajuraho temples, another site for not only the scholars but also the tourists who wish to experience the grandeur and richness of Indian history. Located in Madhya Pradesh, Khajuraho temples reflect incredible antiquity through various periods of Indian history. This medieval monument was at a time turned obscure due to the events in history and was revived and rediscovered by a British engineer. Since then, this place has become a heritage and a proud site for the state and the entire country. The next one is the Lothal. Located in Gujarat, Lothal is a prominent site that reflects the remains of an ancient Indus Valley civilization. This site was excavated in 1955 and is frequently visited by the tourists and scholars alike. This site also reflects the early township and mark the use of sun-dried bricks that were used in the construction of houses. The objects obtained from excavations have been well preserved that evidence the presence of superior engineering, scientific and artistic skills among the residents of the Lothal back in that period. Next one is the Meenakshi temple. This temple's magnificence is considered to be more than mere symbol of ancient architecture design, but is a confluence of spiritualism with the diverse history of South India. The main deities of the temple are Parvati, known as Meenakshi, along with Lord Shiva. The temple is so renowned that it is the first mentioned as a destination whenever Madurai is referred. The next one is the National Museum. Located in the capital city of Delhi, National Museum is one of the largest museums in the country. The impressive building of the museum houses rarest artifacts from prehistoric to modern era. Various departments in the museum include archaeology, paintings, arms and armor, arts, jewelry and several more. A visit to the museum can chronologically showcase the evolution of the country throughout its history. Let us now discuss about the tourism product entertainment based. The first one is Mysore Zoo. The zoo is officially known as the Chamar Rajendra Zoological Gardens and is among the oldest zoos in the country. The zoo holds a reputation of being a spacious and clean environment. The zoo is home to exotic animals like baboons, elephants, zebras and lions, along with a rich variety of reptiles and also a diverse flora. Tourists visiting Mysore prefer to include this museum destination in their itinerary. The next one is the Nandakanan Zoological Park. This zoo is located in Odisha and is known for its rich population of the exotic animals and birds. The zoo houses the Asiatic lions, white tiger, pangolin and an incredible variety of reptiles. It is also famous for the orchid that preserve various sorts of flowers. The next one is the Nehru Zoological Park. This is one of the most frequented destinations in Hyderabad and boasts of having around 100 species of bird, animals and reptiles. Some of them include the rhinoceros, Bengal tiger, Asiatic lion, elephant and numerous species of reptiles. The park has made the visits even more interesting by integrating educational tours for students, safaris in the park and feeding sessions for encouraging participation. The next one is the Gopalpur Zoo. It is a mountainous zoo located in the state of Himachal Pradesh and is a home to rare mountainous animals. Although the span is not so extensive, yet it offers a nice experience to the tourists who visit Kangra district of the state. Visitors prefer to add this attraction in their itineraries to tea gardens of Palampur. The zoo is famous for the indigenous Himalayan black bear along with Asiatic lion, leopards, deers to name a few. Let us now discuss about the tourism products business based. The first one is Pragati Maidan. This venue for large exhibitions and conventions is located in New Delhi and gives the capital city an identity that resonates with corporates and businesses that prioritize group meetings, conferences, conventions and exhibitions. Pragati Maidan has an area of around 150 acres which is ideal for mega events and mass gatherings. Recently, as a result of an overhaul drive, several older structures have been demolished to create space and opportunity for more sophisticated and modernized convention center. The earlier structure used to boast of India's first pillarless structure, which has witnessed numerous events of epic proportions for more than 4 decades. The second one is the Vigyan Bhavan. This is a government-built convention center and has witnessed huge conventions since its construction in the year 1956. The architecture takes significant hints from the British architecture and the building offers separate VIP lounge along with secretariat, documentation center, business center and a spacious exhibition hall. Let us now discuss about the symbiotic tourism products. Tourism product national parks. The first one is the Jim Corbett National Park. The national park holds a unique reputation and is located in Uttarakhand. The itinerary to Uttarakhand appears to be incomplete if Corbett National isn't included in it. The national park is famous for the tiger sighting tours, especially the park safari on jeeps and elephants. Home to the endangered Bengal tiger, the park characterizes sub-Himalayan geographical characteristics. The place also offers a delightful ecotourism experience in the wilderness. Tourists from various parts of the country and around the world flock to the park for first-hand experience of the nature. The next one is the Ranthambore National Park. This is a pride park of Rajasthan and is also a home to endangered Bengal tiger. Apart from tigers, the other wild species includes boars, sambars, nilgai, leopard to name a few. The park is located in Savai Madhopur district and is counted among the largest national parks of the country. Another unique aspect that highlights the relevance of Ranthambore National Park is that it is one of the few designated tiger reserves in India. Throughout the forest areas, ruins of various ancient temples and forts can be seen, which makes the visitors intrigued and mesmerized while they go across the park in the safaris offered. The next one is the Kaziranga National Park. Famously referred to as the home of the Big Five, this national park holds a reputation of being a perfect place to spot animals in their natural habitat, including Bengal tiger, elephants, rhinoceros, wild buffalo, and swamp deer. The park is located in Assam and is most uniquely established as a park that holds the one-horned rhinoceros. Kaziranga was designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site because of the existing eastern Himalayan biodiversity. Jeep safaris in the V-Hours give pleasurable experience of the park. The national park is home to around 35 mammalian species, which include a number of those that are identified as endangered ones. Apart from the extant fauna, the park also has a rich variety of flora and avian population. Then there is Gir National Park. An ideal place to witness Asiatic lions, Gir National Park is located in the state of Gujarat. Before being a national park that preserves the fauna in the place, the Gir forest used to be a hunting ground for the Nawabs of Junagadh. With the decreasing population of lions, the forest area was designated as a sanctuary, which has increased the lion population. The park also boasts of offering visitors opportunity akin to African wild safaris where lions can be spotted in their natural habitat. Dear students, let us now discuss about event-based tourism products. Tourism products, carnivals and events. The first one is Goa Carnival. Goa Carnival remains a much awaited gathering and witnesses thousands of tourists, both domestic and international, flocking the streets of Goa. The carnival brings Goa to life with enthused and aesthetic singers, dancers, and musicians performing throughout the place. The main highlight of the carnival remains the parade hat draws locals with a horde of drummers, dancers, clown fingers, acrobats, and even the fire performers. Goa Carnival also features skits depicting the ancient culture of place. Inseparable part of the cervical also remains the feasting and merrymaking that brings people from diverse cultures and ethnicities together on a common juncture. This is a vital and vibrant tourism product that signifies the liveliness and exuberance of Goa to the spectators from different walks of life. The next one is Taj Mahotsava. The Mahotsav, when translated to English, means festival, is an annually organized event in Agra, Uttar Pradesh. The tourism board of the state has made it a grandeur event that livens up the palace in the month of February. This extravagant event comprises of various fairs while celebrating the eternal glory of the Taj Mahal along with the history city of Agra. It is a 10-day event which draws craftsmen, artisans and performers from all over the India who come together to showcase their skills and distinct talent. The festival witnessed folk dances, cultural performances and live sessions of ghazals from reputed artists in the backdrop of the illuminated Taj Mahal, which acts as an added flavor to the charm of the whole place. The next one is the Konark Festival. This dazzling festival is held in the backdrop of Konark Temple located in Odisha during the month of February each year, which is also a renowned World Heritage Site in the country. The event contributes toward promoting various Indian classical and traditional art forms, which range from Bharatanatyam, Odisha, Kathakali to Manipuri and Kuchipudi. The festival is also an occasion to witness art and music from across the country. In addition to the dance festivities, visitors also prefer to attend the exhibition in the temple that entail the wall sculptures, which give an insight into the craftsmanship of artisans representing the bygone eras. Another feature of the festival is the crafts fair, where hundreds of local artisans and craftsmen congregate together to showcase their unique skills. The next one is the Jaisalmer Desert Festival. This 3-day long festival is held every year in February in Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. A splendid spectacle of Rajasthani culture and traditions, the festival is characterized by the bright and colorful costumes, fire dances, acrobatic performances, camel races and folk dances that make the entire atmosphere worthwhile to experience. Jaisalmer Desert Festival is among the must-see spectacle not only for the domestic tourists of the country but also the international tourist. The spirit of festival further livens up during the night times with impressive bonfires accompanied with the live performances of folk music and native music in the backdrop of illuminated Jaisalmer Fort that adds to the charm of the entire place. The next one is the Pushkar Fair. The event, if held in the month of November in the city of Pushkar in Rajasthan, it is among country's most fascinating festivals that attracts tourists from a number of countries. Pushkar Fair is also termed as the largest cattle fairs in the world, where one can find hundreds of farmers and traders who gather at the venue of the fair to sell or buy camels and other livestock. Aside from cattle trading, camel races, acrobat performances, folk dances and puppet shows are common attractions in this event. Pushkar Fair offers an opportunity to witness the traditional Indian culture and tradition firsthand. Ladies adorn colorful costumes like traditional ghagras and giant wheel rides along with plethora of eateries make Pushkar Fair a place and occasion to experience for everyone. Dear students, let us now summarize what we have discussed in this module. Tourism products plays an important role in attracting tourists to any destination or to any country. These are the products or the services offered by or at any destination to its visitors in order of satisfaction of experiences. Tourists always have some perception or expectations regarding the destinations which they intend to visit in advance. Therefore, the overall experience, if matches their expectations or perception, makes them happy and creates a good image of destination in terms of memorable experience which they share with other people when they go back to their native places. And with these words, I sum up this module. Thank you.